Okay class, today we are going to play a matching vocab game. So it's a little different than how we normally study our vocabulary. So I thought I'd get y'all moving, get y'all engaged and out of your seat and play a little grouping game. So I'm gonna split y'all up into 3 groups. One group is going to have the word, and then another group is going to have the definition, and the third group is going to have an example sentence. So what we're going to do is I want tables 1 and 2 to come to the front. Let's get groups 3 and 4 in the back corner, and then groups 5 and 6 can come by my desk. Let's see. Group 1 and 2, I'm going to give you all the vocab word. 3 and 4, I'm going to give y'all the definition, and then 5 and 6, I'm going to give y'all the sentence. And what we're going to do is I'm going to hand you a card when I come around to your group, and I'm going to say, for example, Steven, I'm going to use you as an example. So Steven's in group 2, so he gets the vocab word. I'm going to hand you a card, and let's say from group 2, Kelly, I'm going to give you a definition, and then Samantha, I'm going to give you a sentence because you're in group 5. So Kelly, Samantha, and Stephen are going to have their cards. And once everyone has their cards, we're going to mix up and walk around the room, get all scrambled up. And when I say go, don't move yet. Don't do anything yet. When I say go, we are going to try to match, and it's 3 different ways, so it's not just, the vocab word and the definition. You have to find the sentence that matches your word. So let's say Stephen and Kelly are like, okay, well, my definition says an educated guess or a guess you make based on info you already know. And Stephen's like, I don't think that's it. So let's see if I can find it. Tessa has this card. So they meet up and they're like, okay, we've got our match. Let's find the third. So they'll come and they'll search around the room and see if there's anyone, I think, let me see. This one is the one that matches. And so they will then stick together, and I might have y'all sit at the reading rug so we know who's finished. So once everyone's done, I'm going to time y'all. And we're going to practice this for a couple days and see if we can beat our time. But here's the catch. Miss Cusker down the hall is doing the same thing with her students. So we figured we'd make a little competition out of it, and whoever gets the best time wins a pizza party. So the stakes are high, kiddos. So after we do that, I'm gonna have everyone come gather at the reading rug, and I'm gonna ask y'all if there were any words that y'all had trouble with. And we're going to talk about it some more, discuss it, see what words y'all really know, so y'all can give me some feedback. And I'm going to make a list on the board, and we'll make sure to highlight those when we talk about it again later in the chapter. Alright, so as you can see, this is a matching game, and the textbook lists from Dale, O'Rourke, and Baman. They suggest 4 different methods a teacher can use when assessing readers' vocabulary knowledge. And the one that matches mine is number 3, which specifically states, have them complete a matching exercise. And the cool part about this is that, typically matching exercises have just the word and then a definition. But for this one, you have to have a sentence too, so it kind of makes it a little more challenging for the students. And I figured that if you do this multiple times, especially when you just start a new chapter and you have all these words that you want to know, all these tier 2 and tier 3 words, it's a great way for them to solidify it. So you're not only you're getting the exposure every day, but they're practicing it and applying it to the sentence. And you could even, after you do this for another day, you could even change the sentences a little bit. You can tell them if you want to, or you can let them figure it out during the next time you do this. But just so they can get that application in there as they're processing the word and the definition. And another idea that you could do is once they kind of get the definitions, you could most definitely edit this to where you have a picture. That could be something that you do in the last few days of y'all talking about this vocabulary. And also to get them motivated, for when it gets the students moving around so they're not just, staying stationary in the desk. Making a little competition out of it, trying to beat your own, personal time every day is a great motivator. It gets the students involved and engaged. They want to win. It's a competition. It's a challenge. And also, you could even assign, if you have a lot of words, because this activity is really made for 6th through 8th graders, so you may have, more than just the amount of words that I have in this example. You could have up to 25, I guess, if you really wanted to. But you could assign a student a word, and they could, like, one of the words that they're challenging on, or you could team up on a word, and they can, that'll be their word. They are owning that word, not just renting it. So you can assign them the word. They can have a little project about it. Maybe make a little board if you have one of those big cork boards in your rooms. You can apply them and make a little picture out of it. I know that a lot of teachers like to do that for the landscape and geology section of the book. They like to make a whole, landscape and ocean and everything and label the vocabulary words, so you can have your students do something like that. Or I've seen even vocabulary tiles where you assign a group of students or a pair or just individual students a word that they are having trouble with, and they can make a little tile out of it, make a little picture out of it, and explain it to the class as a group.